Hey, what's up, guys? Houston here. Look, if you're in the state of Florida and you're trying to find a good payday loan or easy payday loan, you have bad credit, so you need money to get some bills paid, I'm going to show you best places to look. Now, the first place is Explore Credit. Now, with Explore Credit, they are a tribal lender. Okay, and as you can see, their loans go from 250 up to $2,000. Now, why I tell you that they're a tribal lender is because they are not regulated by the federal government. They have their own regulations. So in terms of like the interest rates on the loan, it's definitely going to be much higher than your traditional bank or credit union. But these here loans are more flexible than your bank and credit union because they don't solely focus on your personal credit. They focus on you having the availability to pay the loan back. And so long as you have at least $1,000 or more monthly after taxes, they will be able to work with you. The next lender we're talking about is Credit Fresh. Okay, so Credit Fresh, they are a tribal lender as well. And as you can see here, they offer a line of credit. Okay, now here's the reason why this is important. As you can see here, you can borrow from 500 up to 5,000. The reason this is important is because with the line of credit, once you borrow it and use it, if you don't use all of it, say they give you $5,000, if you don't use all of it, they only charge you for what you actually use. So if they give you $5,000, you only use $3,500 of it. You're only paying the interest on the 3,500, not the 5,000. Okay. And so that's the reason I like them because it is a line of credit. Once you borrow it, you don't have to pay it back like a regular loan where you have to, once you pay it back, you have to apply again. With this here revolving line of credit, you borrow it, pay it back just like with a credit card, basically. The next lender is Uprova. And as you can see here, Uprova, they offer loans from 300 up to $5,000 as well in the state of Florida. Now, here's the interesting thing about Uprova. They are a tribal lender as well. Okay? They're a tribal lender as well. And again, the thing about it with tribal lenders, because they're not regulated by the federal government, their interest rates is going to be much higher. All right. But again, they have much more flexibility to approve you for a loan versus when you go to your credit union or bank, like I stated earlier. Now, your next lender is Giggle Finance. Now, as you can see, Giggle Finance, they offer up to $5,000. Now, with Giggle Finance, they are for you guys that are entrepreneurs. Okay, you may be in a gig economy, you may be doing DoorDash or something like that. As a matter of fact, let me show you what I mean. Okay, so it has nothing to do with your credit. With Giggle Finance, you don't have to worry about your credit. All right, that's the thing about it, and they can fund you in minutes. And I'll tell you about the requirements in a minute, but I want to show you everybody that can qualify for Giggle Finance. All right, if you're Uber, Lyft, ride share, handyman, task grabbing, you can be a trucker or a taxi. Now, one of the things that's most important is this here. You see this here, like Avon, Amway. These are MLM companies, right? So you may be in the MLM business, but for most banks, they do not recognize that as a real business. With Google Finance, if you can produce documentation, they will loan you money even if you're in the MLM. Now, another thing that I wanted to say about this, you have to be have an active account. Now, it doesn't necessarily have to be a business account, but you have to have an active account showing proof that you have income coming in. Now, with Giggle Finance, the minimum income is between $1,200 to $1,500 per month. That's the minimum income you have to have. All right. And you have to be in the gig economy for at least, or doing your business for at least 90 days. Now, I always tell people you really miss out on a lot of money when you don't have a structured business and you are operating a business on your own, like you're doing Uber, Lyft, and DoorDash, you're exposing yourself to liability, but you're also missing out on money as well. Okay. Something else I want to show you all, because these here loans are high interest rate loans. I want to show you something. I would definitely encourage you, if you are working like a W 2 job, all right, I would go to the HR and I would request for this here form. It's called a W 4 form. It's employees withholding certificate. Now, what this means is that you can fill this here out and they will stop taking federal income taxes out of your check. That way you can bring home a bigger paycheck and you may not have to get these high interest rate loans that I'm talking about. Okay, that's what I always try to encourage you before you go and apply for these high interest rate loans. Try to see if your HR can give you um, a form for the file exempt so you stop paying federal income taxes. Okay, and that way you can get caught up on some bills. Now, another thing you can do is this website is called unclaimed.org. All right, and it's a free government website, and what you do here, you may have money, you may have moved around and stuff like that. You may then get a paycheck uh, that belong to you, and I'll talk about that in a minute as well. But it may be money that the state is holding in your name, and you're not even aware of it. So because of that, what you can do is come here. You would put in your click on the state that you reside in, then you put in your name and your address, and it can search the system to see if there's any outstanding money for you. Now, I always tell people to do this even for their relatives, right? Because a lot of us may have money sitting with the state and we don't know where it is or don't know how to access it, but this is one way to do it. Next resource I would tell you guys about is this here website. Okay, it's called webapps.dol, Department of Labor.gov. And if you had a paycheck or you never received your last paycheck or you didn't receive that bonus or you may have an old pension or your family member may have an old pension or something out there, this is a government's website you can actually go to and you can put in their employer, you can put in the state, and it would bring up any information. Then you would put in your name, then you would also put in the information. And if they have any money that's owed to you or a relative and stuff like that, they will after you finish processing, they'll send that money out to you. Okay, it's a free website. All right. So I just wanted to give you those three resources, and before continue on with these here loans. All right. Now, the next lender we're talking about is IndyLand. So if you're in Florida and you need a payday loan, IndyLand is a good platform as well. Now, here's the thing about it. They start from 200 and go all the way up to 5,000. A lot of people worry about, well, do they do a hard pull on the credit? Their main focus is not the credit, okay? Their main focus, again, if you are meeting the minimum income requirements. And so with these type of loans, the minimum income requirement is usually at least $1,000 after taxes. So that means that if you are on Social Security benefits, disability and stuff, you still may be able to qualify for this here type of loan as well. As a matter of fact, I'm going to show you in terms of what credit bureaus they will use. They don't use traditional credit bureaus. They use third-party credit bureaus. And so I need to show this to you, but I want to go through this other lender right quick. Now, the next one is Viva Payday Loans. And as you can see, theirs go from 100 up to $5,000 as well. Now, as you can see here, yes, they are a platform, but also you notice that their interest rates it's much lower than some of the tribal lenders. So they're a platform that's looking out for the cheapest loan in the market. All right. So that's one thing about Viva payday loans, and then is big buck loans. Okay, so with big buck loans, they also offer loans from 100 up to 5,000. They are a platform as well. Okay, and as you can see here, they tell you you possibly can get funds deposited within 15 minutes. All right, and so that's the great part about these here type of platforms. Now, here's the key to most of these here type of platforms. When you have bad credit and stuff, they usually are going to use tribal lenders to borrow money from. All right, so just keep that in mind. Some of those tribal lenders we talked about earlier, that's what these here type of lenders will use. Now, talking about pulling the hard pull on the credit and the credit bureaus. Like some of these lenders, they may use Lexus Nexus. Now, for those of you that may have been trying to fix your credit report and challenge negative items off of your credit report, Lexus Nexus is the main culprit. They keep all of your data and they resell it. They resell it to the major credit bureaus. So they're going to resell it to Experian, Equifax, TransUnion. Okay. So you would have to opt out and have your file sealed in order to keep them from selling your information. But if you opt out, and these lenders are trying to loan you money, they may deny you. All right. Now, another thing I want you all to know that your credit score may not deny you. You may not get denied because of your credit score. However, because like Lexus, Nexus, and the other third-party financial credit bureaus, they may have older addresses on you. So if you currently move to a new place and stuff, and you put your information on that application, your new information on that application, if it does not match with these other financial credit bureaus, that will get you denied. So that will get you denied versus you having bad credit. Okay, so just keep that in mind. Another place I wanted to tell you about is Teletrack. Now, Teletrack is a Equifax company. All right, and so they keep track of all your data. So if you applied for a loan online and stuff, they keep that data and they sell it to these lenders that we just talked about. Then you also have Clarity. Now, Clarity as well, owned by Experian. And so, since they're owned by Experian, as you can see here, you can get your report. You can look at your financial credit score. You can do a fraud alert. You can do a security freeze. You can opt out. You can even contact them about your credit report as well. The next financial credit bureau is DataX. They're also owned by Equifax, okay? And just like with Teletrack, they keep your financial data and they resell that information to these here lenders. And like I said, you can freeze your report. You can get access to your report. And then the last credit bureau is Factor Trust. They are owned by TransUnion, okay? And you, yes, again, you can get your report and you can also do disputes as well. That's the reason they say you can do pre-screen opt-out, security freeze, credit report, fraud alert. So these are the companies when you wondering, well, how come I can't get that guarantee approval? It may not be because of your credit. It could be because the information on the application does not match the information with one of these here credit bureaus. Okay. So I hope this helps you. If you have any questions, you could click the link in the description. I'll also put some of the links in the description as well. I'll see you in the next video.